Hey guys, and welcome to the video. I want to do a really simple take on something that is often seen as quite complex. And that's something called the Method Resolution Order, or MRO in more informal terms. Basically, it looks for this situation here. If we're in some kind of inheritance situation, so imagine we have a class, we're inheriting from one or more things, what order do we look for methods and attributes? So let's suppose we have this case here. Imagine we had this dog class, which currently inherits from nothing. What if this started to inherit from this, maybe inherit from this as well, which also inherits? What order is stuff going to happen? That's basically what the MRO is. And in this video, I want to do a really simple take on just kind of how to understand the basics of the method resolution order. So there are two really simple rules you can make note of. And before I get started, this is something that is quite complex with really complicated classes. But for fairly simple use cases, I think it's not too hard to understand. And I'll try my best to break it down in as simple as possible here. So, child classes always take precedence over parent classes. So we'll see that in just a second. So in this case here, we have mammal, which inherits from animal. If we called sound on an instance of mammal, it's going to use this one rather than this one here, because this will be the child class, okay? If this didn't have sound, then it would go look upstairs to its parent class and then go and use this one instead. Secondly, if two classes are siblings, so on the same inheritance level, we use the left one or leftmost one first. So just say, for example, maybe dog is inheriting from mammal and earthling. If we do mammal, comma, earthling, it means we look at mammal before we look at earthling. So just something to bear in mind, it's always left to right. Just before we start to break this one down, I do have a full object orientation course. It's about 16 hours long. It covers this right at the very end. So if you want to learn OOP completely from scratch, feel free to use the link in the description below. So the way we're going to work through this video is we're going to kind of work from the ground up with this dog class here. We have a simple dog class, which at the moment has a single method called sound. Let's hit run and see what we've got. We have two things being printed. The first one is from this here. So I've done dog.mro. MRO is short for method resolution order. That's this up here. And what this is basically a sorted list telling us when we're looking for stuff, whether that be attributes or methods, what do we look at and in what order. So the first place we're looking is inside the dog class, then the object class here. So you might be asking, what is this object here, class object? You can actually make one of these if you do object here. Object, back in the olden days, you used to have to do, back in Python 2, you used to have to do this here to say, my dog class is inheriting from object. In Python 3, no need, that is built in. And what the object class is, it's basically like a super abstract, really kind of simplified object that has very basic methods for things like printing, quality checking. Let's see, so if I did print dir of object here, and just run that again, there we go, all of this stuff here. These are all kind of basic dunder methods, which were basically getting hold of whenever we make an instance of our custom class. So this is basically inheriting all these methods without us even asking for it, which is quite nice. That's why, like if I just kind of pick one, let's see, so we have EQ here. So this is used by the equality operator. So say if I did something like print, let's say dog is equal to, not open, an instance of object here. There we go. See, it gives us false as you'd expect, but see how that doesn't crash? That's because the dog has the EQ dunder method because it's been inherited from objects, and of course, object has it as well. So just something to bear in mind, that's why we're seeing, when I hit run again, that's why we're seeing object here, because we're automatically inheriting from this upon the creation of any custom class. Next one we can see is dog barks. That's because we printed this here. Dog.sound, that's calling this method. And yeah, so far, so good. No issues at all. Now let's get into the MRO. So I'm going to clear this just a touch here. Let's say dog, you inherit from, in fact, let's do animal first. So dog is inheriting from animal. Okay, animal has its own sound method as well. Let's hit run. We now see our MRO list has changed. So upon looking for an attribute or a method, Python is first going to look inside the dog class. If it's not there, it will look inside the animal class. Makes sense, we're inheriting from it. And if that doesn't work, we then look inside the base object class. So pretty straightforward with a single kind of case of inheritance here. Now let's go and pass in Earthling here. Let's see what we get. There we go, hit run again. So dog, animal, Earthling, object. Now this deal here of doing animal then Earthling, this comes up to the kind of like leftmost one in the inheritance, or this left to right rule. Python's going to look at the first thing you've put in here and then basically go down this route before then going to this and then looking in this for its associated methods or attributes or whatever. So that's just something to bear in mind. If you're doing multiple inheritance, the order upon which you inherit from things is quite important. If you wanted, suppose, I don't know, if you wanted Earthling to be like the next most important thing, you should inherit from this first before inheriting from animal. So yeah, just something to bear in mind here. Now let's try something whilst we're here. If I clear the screen, see how we had dog barks here, just bear that in mind. Let's remove this sound, I think just for the time being, and we'll put some dots in here. Let's just see this in practice. So if we hit run, we get some generic animal sound. So let's kind of trace this through. We look in dog for this method. No, we don't have sound here, so it can't do anything. Then we go look in animal, and yeah, animal has some generic animal sound. That's why we've seen this one appear. Now let's kind of go back even further. Put some dots in here to make sure it doesn't break. So we should be seeing look in dog, look in animal, look in Earthling. The sound method is no longer here. It's no longer here, but it is in Earthling. So we should see. Let's try that again. We should see who knows, and yeah, there we do. Looks good. So if we get rid of it from here, unless there's something I'm missing, I really highly doubt there is a sound method in the base object class. We should get an error raised here, and we do. Attribute error. Dog object has no attribute sound, and that's because when we've tried to do this sound method, we've looked in dog, no, weren't successful. We looked in animal, then Earthling, no, it's gone. So finally, we look in object, and yeah, of course, object doesn't have a sound method. So that's why we see that crash at the end. So we'll bring this all back. So if we run it this time, I get these dots removed. We should see that it does it from now from the normal kind of dog class. Make sure this is a bit cleaner, shall we? There we go. Dog barks, looks good. Now let's bring in something perhaps a bit more complicated. I'm going to quickly remove Earthling just for a second. And rather than inheriting from animal, we're going to inherit from mammal, which then inherits from animal. So let's step it up a notch, shall we? Okay, so now inheriting from mammal. Let's just trace this through before running anything. Dog inherits from mammal. Mammal is here and has a sound method. Mammal then inherits from animal, which then has, as we saw earlier, a sound method. So let's hit run and see what we get. And we get dog, mammal, then animal. I think that's, yeah, pretty logical. I think that makes sense that we go from the child class to the parent class of this one, which is mammal. And then from this one, we then go to the parent class of that. So we've basically gone dog, mammal, animal. So this guy inherits from mammal. So then we go to this one. This one inherits from animal. So then we go to this one. But what happens, so it gets a bit interesting, we then say Earthling. If you want to pause it, see if you can figure this out. What do you think is going to happen this time when we say let's inherit from this and then this? And running that, we get 4 different things here. So what happens when we have multiple inheritance and one of the things we inherit from also inherits from other stuff? We still abide by that left to right rule. So this is the most important thing we're inheriting from. It just so happens to be that the thing we're inheriting from has another layer. So mammal, animal, and that's done. We then move to Earthling, and this is just by itself like its own thing here. So in this case, I think this is a good case of the left to right rule playing out. Mammal is the most important, and yeah, it seems to make sense absolutely fine. What we can do, in fact, make this simpler, let's change sounds, and let's try and go right to the very end. So if I did sounds for all of these, the only sound method we have now was inside the animal class. Hit run. There we go, some generic animal sound. Let's make Earthling have the correct one. And then let's get rid of this guy here. So now we should see it fall back to the Earthling class. There we go, who knows? So there you are, guys. That is my simple take of the method resolution order. Just to recap, it's basically a simple way to figure out if we have a class and we're inheriting from multiple things, or if the thing we're inheriting from happens to be inheriting from someone else, what order do we look for attributes and methods? And my advice for this really is just to practice. Make a few classes that inherit from other things. Try putting stuff in here and maybe switching the orders around. And of course, you do have the MRO method, and this is something that you call on the class, not the instance. So just a bit of advice there. And of course, if you do want to learn OOP from scratch, check out the link in the description, and there's a full 16-hour course with exercises, quizzes, projects, and challenges. Cheers for watching, guys, and see you all in the next session.